Hello, welcome to Module 1, where we're going to take a look at influence diagrams in this video. So what I've done is I have opened up MindMeister by going to www.mindmeister.com and signing in. I've got a lot of different diagrams already set up here, but what we're going to do is start a new mind map. So click on the new mind map here, click blank, and it will open up. And what we want to do is we want to create a mind map or an influence diagram for transportation costs. So let's think about, if Cam is setting up his business and he is thinking about the cost of transportation as one of his expenses, what would be some of the things that would fall underneath the category of transportation costs? So I'm going to go over here to the middle icon. That'll allow me to select some of these cells here so we can color code. And what we'll take a look at here is for transportation costs, we'll put that in the middle. That is our target cell. Okay, that's really what we're very interested in finding out about. So everything else is going to be those things that influence transportation costs. So one of the first things that you might think of is insurance. So I'll add here a bubble that says insurance. And from insurance, the kinds of things that affect insurance, I'll hit the plus. Something that might influence insurance is the type of policy. And I'll actually go back and fix my typo there. There we go. And other things that might affect insurance will be the driver's record, their driving record. Something else that might affect insurance rates would be the vehicle value. Okay. Now, the insurance is going to be calculated based on a variety of these things. So I might put this as a blue cell for showing it's going to be some sort of calculation. Or if it's just getting a quote from the insurance company, then there wouldn't be really a calculation. It would just be an input that would go into, so I'll put that, actually I'll make that as a white one, an input. Because for Cam, he's not going to do the calculation, the insurance company will. Okay, and these are all factors that are going to affect the insurance. Something else that might affect transportation costs would be, oops, I hit the wrong thing there. Escape, hit the plus sign. Might be maintenance. Okay, so maintenance might be a fee or an expense that you would want to think about. And I can't type because it seems to be funny there. Okay, maintenance. Oh, I'm awful at this. Start from scratch. There. So the maintenance of the vehicle, that'll have some costs. Now, something else that might affect transportation costs would be the fuel cost. So what affects your fuel costs? Well, there will be a few things there. The first thing might be the distance traveled. The more you travel, the more fuel you're going to have to purchase. Another thing that might affect fuel would be the actual cost of fuel. So I will say the cost per liter of gas. And perhaps one other thing that might affect fuel would be, or the fuel cost would be the efficiency of the vehicle. Now, perhaps what we could do is we could say that, what is going to have an impact on the efficiency of the vehicle? Well, in that case, it could be the vehicle purchased would be a factor. And something that might occur to you is that the the vehicle, so I'm going to actually put the fuel here. It's a calculation, so it's blue, and it's going to be based on the distance traveled and factors such as the efficiency of the vehicle and the cost per liter. The vehicle purchased here is a decision variable, so you can change what vehicle you purchase, but the vehicle that you purchase is also going to have an effect on the maintenance cost. So I could add another line that goes from maintenance to vehicle purchased. Okay, so if I do that, then that might, actually if I bring that over there, that'll help. And I think one of the other things that you might see is that the value of the vehicle is going to be influenced by whatever vehicle you purchase. So we can put another line there. Okay, so we've got all these things that are purchasing or pointing to the vehicle purchased. Some of the other costs might be, let me see, well, we've got the fuel cost, the insurance, the maintenance. The other thing that's going to affect transportation costs is the number of trips. So I'll put here, oops, wrong one. I'll say the number of trips, and the number of trips is really calculated based on how many, let's say, oops, there we go, add another thing here for trips. What affects the number of trips that CAM's going to have to take? Well, the number of customers would impact the number of trips, as would perhaps the tour schedule. Okay, so the tour schedule, I'll make that a white cell because it's just an input going into it. The number of customers is probably, I mean, that it's an input based on whatever the demand is. So there's other things that are going to affect the number of customers. And so we could keep going. So I have created essentially a very simple influence diagram for the cost of transportation for Tread Softly. We've got the center cell, which is this is our target cell. So I've made this red, and for the two calculation cells, the number of trips is a calculation, and the fuel cost is a calculation based on other inputs. Some of these others are going to be directly input into your model based on whatever insurance quote you get, and perhaps some sort of maintenance schedule that you've committed to. So this is just a simple one. We've got certainly, we've got 4 major inputs, and then we've got other inputs at various different levels. So this would be a good example of an influence diagram that you could use to start building your model. Thank you.